media coverage about Roundup in particular. What I'd say is that there's a lot of misunderstanding of hazard versus risk, and also overall risk with herbicide and or Roundup in particular. So the research itself, and I've been looking into this research for the Australian Association of Bush Regenerators, I'm on the committee of ARBOR, and the only study which shows the link between Roundup and non-Hodgkin's lymphoma showed that in the high usage of horticultural users, so people that used it as an ongoing management tool, spraying every day and probably bathing in the stuff, it increased the risk from basically 0.41 to 0.7, sorry, not 0.41, 4 in 100,000 to 7 in 100,000. So 3 people in 100,000 users extra were getting non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which means in Australia there might be 1 or 2 people a year get non-Hodgkin's lymphoma from Roundup. Now, relative risk, there are 3,500 people a year die directly attributable to particulate matter from automobiles. You know, that's it. The relative risk, absolute risk, is quite low, and the actual effect is quite low when you consider. Now, if you're one of those extra 3 people, yes, it's going to be an issue for you. But there's a thing of risk mitigation. That study showed that people in the horticultural industry who are using it all the time and using it as an ongoing management tool had that relatively extra risk.
The risk doubled, that's what you'd say, wouldn't it?
Yes, and risk doubled from bugger all to naff all. While bush regenerators, you're not using it all the time, and my philosophy is use herbicide to create conditions where you don't need to use herbicide anymore. If you're using it as an ongoing thing, you're using the wrong techniques. And so we use herbicide. I use herbicide in bush regeneration, and I use it carefully. And so the relative risk is actually quite low to me, because I'm not getting it on my skin, I'm not spraying it and having it in my face. I don't spray on windy days. And so, you know, I feel quite confident as a scientist, but, you know, person with a science background, it doesn't concern me, my usage. I don't think it increases my risk any more than eating salami or red meat or breathing the air in Sydney or drinking the water or crossing the road.